Protests against the war in Gaza entered their third day on the UC San Diego campus today. Mirroring pro-Palestine movements across the country, students at UCSD are calling on the divestment from businesses or entities that support Israel in their war in Gaza.
CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes was on campus talking with students and protesters. She joins us live with details. Kirsten, we understand there was a news conference from the Council on American-Islamic Relations today on campus. How did that go?
Yeah, that went pretty well. It wrapped up around 3:30 this afternoon, but I want you to take a look behind me. There are additional speakers addressing the crowd outside of the encampment as people gather. Now, the press conference this afternoon featured Jewish, Christian, and Muslim speakers and students who are all calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, as well as on UCSD to divest from any ties with the war in Gaza. Students I talked to on campus say the cancellation of Sun God, a yearly tradition on campus, was an attempt to divide students. Take a listen.
Students have been steadfast despite intimidation here and across the nation, have continued to stand for Palestine and stand for Gaza.
That's Janine. She's a UCSD student leading a press conference with CARE, the Council on American-Islamic Relations, about their peaceful protests of the war in Gaza on campus at UCSD. Janine says UCSD's cancellation of the yearly Sun God Festival was the university's attempt to divide them. Tessa, a Jewish student with the Hillel of San Diego UCSD chapter, is on the opposite end of this protest, but she agrees.
I've been wanting to kind of not hide who I am, but just not being outright about it.
Michaela is a freshman at UCSD who doesn't really have an opinion about the war in Gaza, but says the cancellation was a step in the wrong direction for UCSD.
Which is crazy, because what does that have to do with anything? Since it's a tradition or whatever, why can't we still do it?
The protest at UCSD has been peaceful. As the encampment enters its third day on campus, protesters point to other student-led protests on UCSD's campus, like the 1980s anti-apartheid movement that changed the course of history, as UCSD was the largest university divestment in the country.
We are calling for them to not use our student tuition dollars that we are paying lots of money to attend this institution, to not fund a genocide.
Rachel is a Jewish student at UCSD who is camping out in the protests against the war in Gaza. She says canceling the yearly Sun God Festival only bolsters their position to fight for what they think is right.
It's not because of us that they're canceling it. It is an attempt to divide the student body.
This is a live look at the encampment on UCSD's campus. Now tonight at 7, the pro-Palestinian encampment will host a Shabbat dinner, which is a traditional Friday night meal for Jewish households. Students here tell us that it is going to be a show of camaraderie for all faiths right here again tonight at 7. Reporting for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.